Hi, it's Brian Newman with the Spotlighted Business Owner Talk Show, and today we're thrilled to have Brian Cooper with Talus Pay. Hi, Brian. How you doing?
Great. How you doing this morning, Brian?
Yeah, great, great. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into the credit card processing business?
Absolutely. So I was actually in the mortgage industry as a loan officer for many years. And when the economy kind of took a downturn in 2007, I switched careers and went into merchant services. So I've been in there ever since. So it's been a good 25 years roughly that I've been in the
Wow.
merchant service industry. Yeah, and it's going good, going well.
Oh, that's good. So, what's unique about Talus Pay? I know there's a lot of competition out there, but what makes you guys different than other credit card processing companies?
Absolutely. So at Talus Pay, so we're a direct merchant service provider. And what I mean by that is we provide merchant services not just straight to the public, but also to banks, third parties, website designers, stuff like that. So they have a way to, you know, provide merchant services as well to their customers. And so that being said, we're quite a big company. We've bought several other merchant service companies over the last 4 years. We do, it's over 48 million transactions a year. It's like $6.2 billion in revenue. So we're quite the big company. And
Wow.
the benefit or the perk on that is it also gives us more negotiating power on the rates and stuff. So we're able to guarantee the lowest rates nationwide as well.
Oh, wow. Wow, I didn't realize you were so big. Oh my God. What kind of processing tools do you guys offer to the consumer?
We have tools for any way that you could imagine to take payments. So if you're a nonprofit, we have the availability to put a donate now button on your website. If you're a church, we have text to give. If you are a pizza shop, we have point of sale systems. We have our newest technology is you don't even need a device. You can use your phone and people can tap to pay and stuff like that. And the payment will magically go into your phone. We have
Oh, wow.
we do offer Clover. Clover system is the number one selling point of sale system in the US right now. We do offer that. Something unique about the Clover is if you don't have money to, buy the system outright, we actually have a program where we can lease it to you, and so it would be a zero out of pocket to get set up. Our most popular terminal would be a 920 PAX A920 is what it's called. It'll work off Wi-Fi. It'll also work off cellular service if you needed it, to where you could literally, take a payment while you're driving this down the street in your car. So it's good for different events and so on and so forth. So we have every type of solution that you could imagine as
Oh,
far as.
okay. Yeah, it sounds like it. Wow. I like the fact that yeah, you can actually work off your phone if you wanted to even.
Yep, yep. And we
That's
also
pretty cool.
and there's also some other, we have some software too that does like invoicing. We're getting ready to release a new software for any type of service industry out there that actually does scheduling. You can text people that their appointments in 15 minutes, so on and so forth. It's
Oh.
got some really cool, benefits on it. But yeah, let me know. I mean, we have really a lot of it's just finding out what your needs are, what the customer, what you need as a business to accept payments. And then I can kind of coach you and walk you through on what's available out there, because there's stuff that a lot of people haven't heard of. And if you've heard of something and it exists, then we're selling it. We can get it for you. Put payments on
Oh,
it.
okay. Oh, wow. No, I was also going to ask you, I know for reporting purposes, yeah, does it print out like a summary at the end of the day, like a batch total? Like at the end of the year, when you're trying to do your taxes, can you get like a printout for the whole year, for the month?
Absolutely. You can manually, from pretty much all of our tools, you can manually download all the reporting and stuff onto a CSV or an Excel file. We also have some different gateways or software as well, though, that will integrate directly with like QuickBooks. So it'll push all that
Oh,
information over there automatically. You don't have to do anything. It'll just automatically push it over in there for you. And we also have some that you can set up to automatically email you. So if you are the accountant or the CPA or whatever, you can get a report. You can have emailed to you daily or weekly or whatever day, and you can also get really specific on the time. And so what I always tell customers is, if you get in at 7 o'clock in the morning, I would email it to yourself at 6:45, so that when you
uh,
walk in, on top of your inbox is your reporting from yesterday, and it'll just be sitting there in an Excel format. So you can have it
oh,
automatically.
Oh, that's great. That is
Yeah.
great. I know that's one thing that I always worried about, is the reporting. So, yeah, that's nice to know. Pricing, how do the prices compare to like Square or PayPal?
Good question. So our pricing, like I mentioned before, we're a direct merchant service provider. What I mean by that is when we process for banks and third parties, they have the opportunity to mark our rates up and kind of hand them out to the public. When you're working directly with me, I can give you those rates that we're giving the banks. So that being said, we're going to be quite less than Square. If you're using Square and you're hand keying anything, just real quick, I mean their rates are 2.60 and 10 cents. If you hand key anything, it's all of a sudden 3.5 and 30 cents. So you're going to average about 3% if you're a math person. PayPal, same thing. You should be averaging about 3. A lot of these places out there, like Toast, which is a big point of sale system out there, you're going to average. They just went up, so you're going to average around 4% with them. So a lot of these places, you're probably going to be averaging 3 to 5% in merchant service fees. We can get you down to 2.4%. Some of what's going to matter is how many debit cards you're taking. With us, we pass through the cost of debit cards. So your debit cards are only a 0.5%. That's in 0.50. If you're taking half debit cards that are 0.50 and the other half are rewards cards, you're going to be down towards that 2% mark. I have some clients that live in kind of, I want to say, rougher areas, I guess, to where they're not taking rewards cards. They're taking like 80% debit cards. And those places are close to 1.5%, 1.6%. And that's including everything. And
Oh,
that's because they're taking all those cards that are only 0.5%. And maybe it's because it might be their location because of maybe people just in that area, they don't have rewards cards, right? And that's all they have is a debit card. And it's just so some of it's, just like where you're located as well. If you're up in North Scottsdale, you might be taking all rewards cards. Everybody's driving around Lamborghinis and stuff. And all they have is
yeah.
American Express and rewards cards, right? So you're going to be over that. You're going to be right around that 2.4%. But if you're living in an area that you don't have any of that and people don't have those type of cards,
Uh-huh.
then you get way down. I have a couple churches that only allow debit cards, and they're under. I think I was talking to the person yesterday. They're under 0.6% for the entire month.
Wow.
All they took
Wow.
was debit cards. They didn't take any rewards cards, only debit cards. And so that's kind of where the difference is. We're passing through that. With Square, they're going to charge you 3.5 if it's credit or debit. So they're making a killing on
Oh,
the debit card. So that's kind of where the big secret is.
oh, okay. Okay. Brian, for the
And
viewers, yeah.
yeah, and real quick as well. And then we also have so we have 2 ways to price. That's one way to price where I can get you down to that. We also have something called Talus Bay Advantage. And what that is, it's getting really popular, especially here in the Valley. But it's called dual pricing is what they call it. It's legal in all 50 states. And basically what you're doing is you give a customer a choice. They can pay a credit price or they can pay a cash price. So here in Arizona, you probably see it on gas stations. If you're driving and you see $5 a gallon, and then you look again and it's like 4.50 a gallon
Oh,
cash.
yeah.
If you pay with credit card, you're paying $5 a gallon. If you pay with cash, you're only paying $4.50 a gallon. So you can do the same thing and pass your fees back, and then you would eliminate all of your merchant service fees. So I've had some to where they're paying $400 a month in merchant service fees, and they're doing the Talus Advantage, and now they're not paying those fees anymore. And I have one that was doing $200,000 a month, and they were paying like $6,000 a month in merchant service fees, and they went to Talus Pay Advantage, and now they don't pay that. So as I was explaining to him, that's $72,000 for that higher volume one that he's going to save a year just merchant service fees. So it's something to think about anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. For the viewers that are listening, what's the easiest way for them to get in touch with you and sign up?
Yeah, so the easiest way, and I'll throw a little bit in there for one-on-one networking is you'll see me advertising on one-on-one networking because it's an amazing way to be able to get in front of a lot of people.
Oh,
Um,
thank you. Thank you.
yeah, and you guys do a great job. So that's one way. Or you see my phone number, the 480-580-2076 on the screen. And you can also shoot me an email. And again, you'll see this all over one-on-one networking because I think it's like again a great way to market and stuff. But my email is B as in Brian and my last name Cooper at taluspay.com. So B Cooper at taluspay.com.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Yeah, Brian. Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering, clients. I know there's some very small clients that you run into, I'm sure, and some large companies. Who's the smallest, or which ones like would you not service? And you come in, and I know that, I've actually experienced it ourselves, where if you can't service them, you'll, let them know. That's what I like about what you guys do. You're so upfront,
Yeah.
but who's the smallest one like you wouldn't advise using it?
Yeah, absolutely. So two things there. If you're ever wondering, hey, can I save money on my merchant services, or hey, do I have the best deal? Give me a call and I can kind of walk you through that process. Sometimes you need to work with a specific provider. Maybe your volume isn't there, but I'll at least advise you in that, and let you know, hey, maybe it's a better deal to go with Square or whatever that situation might be. The reason why I would say something like that is typically the cutoff, the volume mark is like $1,500 a month. If you're doing less than $1,500 a month, sometimes it's smarter, but hear me out real quick. Sometimes it's smarter to use the Square, or if there's like 3 or 4 months that you don't do payments at all. Square doesn't have a monthly fee, which is awesome. We do have a $10 monthly fee, so we have to factor that into what your savings is. But remember that our tools though are going to have more ways to take. I mean, with Square, you're typically on your phone, and if you're on your phone taking payments, that you only get 2.6 if you're face to face and you're swiping. Otherwise, if they're calling you and you're hand keying it in or anything like that, you're paying 3.5%, right? So we definitely way cheaper than that. Our pricing is going to be what I just told you. We can get you down to the 2.4. There is no difference in pricing if you hand key or if you're face to face. And so ours also comes with a lot other ways. Like we have QR codes where you can send them out to make payments. You can put a link on your website. And then you can just do tap the phone, and those are all the same rates. So ours has more ways that you can get in front of your customers. So, people are different, and you might have somebody that's older that's like, I don't know how to use the internet or a smartphone, right? And maybe you need to do the card face to face with them. And then you might run into somebody that's 20 years old and they're like, I don't have a card. All I have is my phone. How can I pay you? And then you can be like,
Uh,
oh, just tap it right here and I'll magically take it from your phone and put it in mine. And so there's different people have different ways that they like to take payments, and you'd be able to provide all those ways.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really incredible. No, I was going to ask you, is there any last advice you want to give to the viewers before we sign off?
No, I would really highly recommend it, especially right now it's tax season. So I've been getting a lot of calls from business owners saying, whoa, I didn't realize I was paying 4.5% last year in my merchant service fees. So I'm assuming if you're running a business, look and just check it out. It's worth taking a peek at to see what you guys paid last year in merchant service fees. And if you divide that by how much volume you did, it's going to give you a percentage. And you're going to probably end up between 3 and like 5%, and just let that little light bulb go on and say, hey, maybe we should call Brian, and let's see if there's other opportunities out there to save money, because it's more money in your pocket, whether it's a couple $100 that's going to go into your gas tank, or whether it's, again, like that one I did, right? $6,000 a month. I mean, go out and buy yourself a Lamborghini and send your kids to college or something with that extra revenue, right? No sense in paying
Yeah,
it to Wells Fargo or something, So yeah, anyway,
yeah.
there's a lot of opportunity out there. Just take a peek at it and see where there's a way to cut costs, just like
Oh,
you do with your other things. So
all right. Well, Brian, again, I just want to let the viewers know the best way to get in touch with you is that phone number 480-580-2076, or what was your website or
yeah, you can look at our
email?
website. Yep, you can look on the website, which is taluspay.com if you would like. But if you want to, like I said, the phone number or call me direct, you can also email me at bcooper, so BCOOPER, at taluspay.com is usually
Oh,
better.
okay.
You can call or text. So if you're reserved or shy, or you didn't really want to pick up the phone, shoot me over a text and I'll text you back all day long, and we could, check out your situation, and hopefully I can help direct you in the right way, whether it's with me or maybe a little bit better solution or something like that. But we could definitely look into trying to save you some money.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
Also, you can look on the 101 Referral Network. Yeah, I know you advertise all over the place. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Because and
yeah.
again, anybody that's listening, that's a huge opportunity to get that there, get in front of people, connected to 13 different networks around the valley, all local business. It's an amazing way to get in front of people. And then you guys had some extra, opportunity too with your newsletters. You have an opportunity
Oh,
with
yeah.
stuff. So I'm sure people
Yes.
will see me on there. It's just because I'm taking advantage of that. So I recommend that for the buck, you can't beat it anywhere. We've done all different kinds of marketing and advertising, and this is definitely the best bang for your buck. So I would connect with Brian and
Huh.
see what he can do for you, because you guys are doing an awesome job and we appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Brian. All right. Well, again, tune in and yeah, give Brian a call and start saving some money today. So thanks for being here, Brian. It's great to
Thank
see
you.
you.
Appreciate it.
Okay.